Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, and today we're going to cover the Roundhill distributions, and I'm going to answer a question that somebody asked last week about when is Roundhill going to reverse split. That can be calculated, and we'll get into it. If that's what you're looking for, stick around. Well, let's talk about their distributions, and none of this is financial advice or legal advice or any other advice. This is just Brad giving you what they did mathematically. I'm not the fund manager, and they get to make the decisions of whatever they do. Let's talk about where their calls are and everything else. So their distributions were 20 cents on XDTE, 25 cents, almost 26 on QDTE, and RDTE was 19 cents. And if I did the math, it looks like it's in line except RDTE. Now RDTE sold some poor man cover calls, and I keep on trying to express to you that is going to come out of your NAV. Don't listen to me, that's fine. That is totally fine. It's up to you. But when we look at distributions coming up in the future, and that's what you came to look for. XDTE only had one call go through the strike on the 19th, and they're going to pay you 8 cents. There you go. QDTE had no strikes go through, and they're going to pay you 9 cents. And RDTE, well, they had no strikes go through, and they're going to pay you 13 cents. You notice that I have changed the format, and that's because the format is now live on the website. So you don't even need me to read these numbers off, because members get to see this live as it happens. I mean, I just updated this morning's at 9:30. So 9:30 in the morning, I already have today's predictions of exactly what they're going to pay you up on the website for members only. For non-members, I'm giving you where the NEOS calls are, and I'm going to put some other stuff out there too over the next couple of weeks. But I'm getting there, building this website out, so you don't need me to read these to you anymore. Literally, they're going to be out there for members to see, and you can check it. All I am doing is showing exactly where the calls are, and the spreadsheet automatically calculates the close. It brings it in. Done deal. So on March 7th, the anniversary for QDTE and XDTE, they're going to pay you 8 cents for XDTE, 9 cents for QDTE, and 13 cents for RDTE. Unless they're going to give you some distributions of some of the poor man cover calls that they sold that I've already shown you that they have sold. So it's not any new information that's coming out. But that brings us into the question of reverse split. How did I come up with reverse split? So XDTE, when you look at SPY being up at 16.5% and XDTE being down at almost minus 7%, there is that gap. I have been pointing that gap out to you for a very long time. And I've been telling you that that gap has been getting larger and larger as we go. But hey, no big deal. No big deal whatsoever. On RDTE, it's been around a whole lot less. It's down 8% on price. And if you look at the Russell, it's up 3% from the day that RDTE started. And QDTE, well, somehow the market is up 17% and its price is down 17%. Not a good sign for QDTE. I came up with a little bit of math and said, what happens if the market for the next 4 years goes up the exact same percentages? Okay, we know that's not going to happen. But hey, we'll give you that really outlook. Then I'm going to give you a moderately optimistic outlook. Then I'm going to give you a doomsday pessimistic in years. And all this is done from the math. I just literally showed you what the price charts have done. I'm not making this up. That is what the price has done. So we can go back and say, If the market continues to go up, if the market has a flat year and then goes up, if the market has a complete downturn and has a 10 to 20% downturn, that is going to be the doomsday. So if there's a 20% downturn, that's doomsday. If there's a 10% correction, that's moderately optimistic. And if we just have bull runs for the next 4 years, that is my cautiously pessimistic view. Now, let's go through this. XDTE, in years. If market is a bull run, it's going to reverse split in 4.2 years. If we have a 10% correction in any of that time period, it's going to go down to 2.5 years. And if we have a 20% correction, it is going to reverse split in 1.5 years. That is the math for XDTE. RDTE came up to very close to exactly the same, right around 4, 2.2, and 1.4. But when we look at QDTE, it comes up to 3 years, 2 years, and 1 year, depending on market conditions. So there you have it. There is your reverse split numbers. Just taking it literally off the chart and just doing a little bit of math going, hey, is it going to be up years, down years, and what happens if we have a 20% downturn, and what happens if we have a 10% correction? Just showing you where the numbers are. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this episode. Hopefully this gives you some thoughts about what's going on with these, and could a reverse split ever happen? Sure it can. So until next time, God bless.